Let's return to the teacher guide. By now, you're probably seeing how, or beginning to see how to use the teacher guide in relation to the student book. We've done the anchor task, we've gone through some work together, and then finally, the last bit of this section says do the workbook practice to pages 61 to 63. I'm going to come back to the workbook later because I want to show you what happens next. You'll see this subheading, Let's Try It. Now, let's try it. I'm going to show you those pages in the pupil book. And what you'll notice is there are now these little boxes that appear. And these are signs that actually now we need to make some calculations ourselves. This is a significant move away because it starts to remove the level of teacher input and reduce it slowly. They have a phrase in Singapore, which is a teaching philosophy, and it's I do, we do, you do. And what that means is the initial input will very much be the teacher explaining or introducing or setting an anchor task. We do is, and now would you like to do this with me? And you do is, okay, independent work now. And when I say independent, I simply mean independent of the teacher. That doesn't mean they have to work on their own. It might do, or they might be in a pair or a small group. And this depends, again, on the task. So let's try it is very much the second phase of a typical Singapore lesson. This is the phase in which the teacher says, why don't we have a go? And I want you to see what you think. So again, what stayed the same is the model. We have our part-whole model, but this time something's changed. And by reading the student book, it becomes very obvious that one of the parts is known and the other is missing, but the whole is known. And so this begins to tie addition and subtraction together. It doesn't say so explicitly in the pupil book, so it's really important that you as teachers familiarize yourself with the fact that the part-whole model shows both the relationship of addition and subtraction. Now let's go and see what the teacher book has to say about that. And you'll notice that it simply gives us the answers to those little lozenges, and as a pointer, ask learners to count from the given pictures. So these are the answers. It doesn't give us the pictures. The answers continue here, but again, really, really good advice. Just at the top of this section, ask learners to explore all possibilities to make number bonds for activity 3 and activity 4. You'll notice again, it asks you to do workbook practice. Now, this is called interleaving, a very good technique where it moves from this to that, to this, to that. But at this stage, if anyone's struggling with this, it would be very easy for you to take them right back to the concrete resources and start using the blocks again. So never be afraid. Don't think that once they've put the concrete resources away, they must stay away. That's about your professional judgment.